So, serious questions, serious head scratchers for the Calvinist Reformed tulip theology people. First, the question is, where's regeneration in the Old Testament? I certainly don't see vivid pictures of regeneration in the Old Testament. Do you believe regeneration happened to everybody? Adam, Eve, Noah, Job, the whole gang? And if that's true, then what about your covenant theology, which I'll admit that I don't understand the Reformed tulip theology of how they exactly go about getting their covenants. But if Israel was the chosen race and the covenant was with them, then the question is, were only Israel people regenerated and saved? And if that's the case, in the New Testament, again, this is more of the head scratcher here, in the New Testament, where we got seemingly new teaching that every Jew, every Gentile, every slave, every free, every man, every woman, every boy, every girl can be saved. I think we would all agree there's only two groups of people, Jew and Gentile, and Acts 10 and 11, repentance has been granted to the Gentiles. Acts 28, Paul really begs them to believe the Jews and they don't. And he says, well, the Gentiles will listen. So how does your covenant theology work? Could only Jews from Israel be regenerated in the Old Testament? Where is regeneration in the Old Testament? And, if God only chose actual Israel, how come he all of a sudden is choosing all random people in the New Testament? My guess is you'll say something about spiritual Israel and take me to Romans 11, but every time I get a head scratcher, I jot them down. And this one, really long time ago, and I don't even really remember why I thought it was a good head scratching question at the time. So head scratchers abound. How does regeneration work in the Old Testament? I guess is my main question, or where is it found? Because I've yet to find a verse. How can you implant regeneration to all Old Testament people if there's no stories that clearly show it or teach it or even hint at it for that matter? And don't take me to the dry bones. Ezekiel 37. Could other people besides Israel be saved? And were they too randomly regenerated and then, swept over to the laws and swept over to Israel to live the new way and, sacrifice and, okay, head scratchers abound.